Hey y'all, it's me Alex. Today I have a video that I did not anticipate having to film. It is not something that I particularly wanted to have to do. This is not anything like going wrong. My life is fine. But there's a situation that popped up that I feel like I need to speak out about in the indie beauty community. So probably about a month ago, y'all will have seen my 3 looks on palette and like first impressions using the Moonslice Beauty Moon Magic palette. And I had mentioned in there that there had been some issues with Moonslice's sister brand not quite giving people what they asked for, and I had kind of excused it as the owner kind of getting ahead of herself and not really being able to deliver, and there kind of being, you know, some unfortunate events going on in her life that she was working to rectify, and I had a lot of hope about it. But I was recently talking with some friends in a Facebook group where we had all kind of learned about the brand and learned about some of the launches. Some of those issues have really come to a head, and I feel like because I had that optimism about it, I need to share that things have gone downhill very, very quickly, and that the issues were a lot deeper than I had anticipated. This isn't like an apology video on my part, because I don't think that me trying to believe the best in people is something that warrants an apology. I am sorry if anyone bought this on my recommendation and is now like, oh no, don't feel like I can support the brand. But basically, I don't feel like I can support Moonslice Beauty or their sister brand Saucebox Cosmetics anymore because of what is going on. So basically in July of 2018, Saucebox had released this membership that you could buy for I think $185 a year. And I never got it because that was a lot like upfront. I would have done it if it was like a month-to-month thing, but it was basically a promise that for that $185 a year, you would get all of the new releases from Saucebox, and it would total up to about $700 worth of product, which, even though it wasn't something that I got, I thought that that sounded like a really good deal, and like if I had had that kind of money up front, you know, I might have done it. And a lot of my friends took advantage of that as kind of a way of supporting an indie brand. At that point, all of us had heard only good things about Saucebox. The thing about Saucebox too is that they have had a years-long good reputation in the indie beauty community. Up until this point, I've really heard nothing but good things about their quality of their products, and that they were just an overall really good brand. Basically, how that ended was just about everyone on that membership program maybe got like one eyeshadow palette, some singles, some brushes, and not much else. And just about everyone has reported like having to chase down the owner for orders and product. And I will say, when I ordered from Moonslice, I had to kind of give them a nudge of like, hey, I know I pre-ordered this. This didn't come in when it said it would. Can you please send it to me? And I got my product after that, and I thought it was just a thing of like, oh, this is like one person running a business, so of course that must be hard. But it seems as though due to those issues, it goes a lot deeper than that. So my friends and I are in this Facebook group where the owner was, and she was promoting a lot of her products. A lot of these criticisms have been coming to light, and she was always, to some of us she was very professional, other times she was very like curt in her responses, and just saying like, oh, you'll get it. Or like when people were asking where product was, she would be like, oh, you'll get it within the next month, within the next 2 months, after Black Friday. And after Black Friday, it was before the new year, and there was always an excuse as to why it wasn't happening. And I genuinely believed at first, like I said, that it was an issue of like one person running a business and having a lot of life stuff happen, because I do want to genuinely believe the good in people. And I think a lot of others were in my position too, of wanting to believe the good in someone, because personally I just couldn't fathom why someone would want to just like take people's money, because that personally just isn't something I could ever fathom doing. And around that time, that after the memberships got sold and people were having to chase her down for products, was when Moonslice Beauty launched, and there was a whole bunch of new stuff coming out, and a whole bunch of stuff was teased from Saucebox, but nothing ever really came to fruition. And people ask like, well, since we're not getting products from Saucebox in this, and it seems to be like there's a lot of trouble, but Moonslice is going well, could we maybe get, you know, that instead? And she was like, no, and didn't really give a reason why. And I personally think that that would have been a good way of rectifying the situation, because even though Moonslice was supposed to be kind of more affordable version of Saucebox, so it wouldn't have had the same value, I think that would have probably helped people feel a lot better that they were like at least trying to fulfill their money's worth. And I guess it is kind of on me in the sense that I should be more suspicious of people than I am, because I think when your life starts to sound like a Lemony Snicket's series of unfortunate events, when you're promising things to people and not delivering, then that probably should have raised a lot more red flags for me. Basically, in the last 24 hours, in that Facebook group, as things have kind of come up, the owner, who was previously very active in there, although only active on posts that were promoting her products, she has completely ghosted everyone and has blocked people who have criticized her and basically shown a lot of unprofessionalism that I can't stand. I could take maybe someone getting ahead of themselves but really trying to make things right. I could take, you know, someone having some bad things going on in their life and not being as organized as they want to be, but trying to make things right. But given the reality that someone has taken $185 from many individuals, which has now amounted to thousands of dollars, and not delivering on their promises, that's not something that I can stand for, that I can support. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my one Moon Magic palette from Moonslice, because I don't want to get rid of it, because for the most part I genuinely liked it, and I think I am gonna keep my 2 videos up on it because I know that there are people in my life who have bought it and do want to use it. I really just feel like the owner took advantage of a lot of people's kindness, and I can't support that brand anymore. And I know there are other bloggers who are feeling the same way. One of my friends is trying to reach out to the owner to kind of get a comment before making a video. I appreciate her doing that because I don't necessarily feel the need to. She never reached out to any of the people who have made videos about her products before. Like, she never reached out to any of us after this situation has happened. So I think that also says a lot about how she wants to handle this. I'm probably canceling this brand forever in my mind, but I don't wish any ill intent on the owner herself. I hope that she is able to make things right with all of the people whose money she took, that she's able to give them the full value of their membership, or that she's able to refund everything to everyone in order to make things right, because she wasn't issuing any refunds after people had said like, hey, I haven't gotten the value of this. She would only give people like partial refunds, like instead of 185 it would be like 50 bucks or 100. This has all come to me to say I am not supporting that brand anymore. I am not going to be making any more videos with the one palette that I own from Moonslice. I wish things had gone a lot more differently. I was recently filming and editing a video about like accountability for like supporting brands that harm people and how we should go about that in the beauty community. And so I think in light of that, it was really important for me to make this video and to talk about it. Like I said, this isn't me wishing any ill will towards the owner. I just want the people who were harmed to get the restitution that they deserve, for them to be able to get the full value, for them to be able to get their money, because this whole situation, no matter how it started, no matter the reasons behind it, was incredibly unfair to a lot of people. And these are people who believed in an indie brand and wanted to support them. And so that is what has really put me off, is because I know a lot of the people who were harmed. I know that they are good people who wanted to, you know, try new and good things from a brand that they had heard really good things about, that they had previously supported. I just don't know why someone would cause that much harm to that many people. I don't know of a good way to end this video. I think I've said all that I need to say. I am gonna leave a Reddit post from one of my friends about it, who's had a more direct experience with the brand owner. I hope that this situation ends in a way that people are able to get what they paid for and get what they deserve from this situation, so that restitution can be made. That's all I'm hoping for. I don't need anything for myself, but I do feel as though it's my responsibility as someone who has promoted that brand in the past to tell y'all that this isn't something that I feel like I can support and that y'all probably would want to stay away from because they're being really shady. So anyway, I have a lot of stuff to do today. That is it for this video. I'm not gonna say I hope y'all enjoyed it because I'm not sure if this is a video that is meant to be enjoyed, but it is one that is meant to be informative. And I hope y'all were able to kind of get a feel for this situation and hopefully understand. I really hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I appreciate y'all watching this and taking the time to care about this issue enough to watch however long of a video this ends up being. So anyway, have a wonderful day. Bye.